191 passing with 5 touchdowns. Individual numbers. The 2 gentlemen that are sitting in front of you, Quincy, Ivory ended with 12 tackles, an interception, half a tackle for loss, half a sack.
Wow.
Jacobian Morgan, 5 touchdown passes. TC Taylor, the coach, is also here. Coach, I'll let you go for another statement and we'll go.
You talk about a championship level performance by Jackson State Tigers. You saw it out there tonight. 4 quarters of just doing what we do, and that's trying to find ways to finish games. And I thought in the first half, we allowed them to stay in the game. We had opportunities to separate as a football team, and that's what I told them at the half, you know. But hats off to them and Eddie Robinson and that team. You know, they came in here to upset us on homecoming, but, you know, the will that I seen this football team play with tonight, you know, just refused to lose that game. I can't say enough about it. And I've been bragging on this team. I've been saying they're just as good, if not better, than the team from last year. And you saw it tonight. I mean, Andrew Body is a heck of a football player. Hats off to him. He's a heck of a quarterback, but I feel good about my quarterback too. And he played his butt off tonight too as well. But talking about the defense, well, there's 3 big plays at the end of that game for the offense to find a way to go down there and score. Then we do what we do. We had a penalty, backed up, and G-Baby, you know, almost kicks it. I mean, he gets it down there to about the 15, and our team does a good job of covering. Defense came out there and battled that last drive. You know, I still believe this team is led by our defense, and, you know, they found a way to get us that win tonight. You know, the refs, 6 seconds on the clock. Andrew Body drops back the pass, makes a great throw. You know, I think in the game over our entire sideline did, but they put 1 second up there. I think the ball was like on the 2-3 yard line. I mean, it's unheard of. You got one of the better offensive players in the conference, you know, on the 1 yard line, and our defense told me to calm down. You know, they told me to calm down, and then, you know, they was going to go out there and get it done, and they did. It's just like on the drive that we scored to go up. Jacobian comes running to me after the timeout, and he said, "Coach, I got to play." You know, he made that call that he threw the touchdown to Nate. I'm going to just sit here and be honest with you. So, you know, that's what our leaders do. And that's what these 2 guys are. I can't say enough about the team, though. Great win. It's homecoming. I'm ready to go home and enjoy, but I'll take this one and look forward to this bye week.
Charles Bishop, Dr. Fields, inside HBCU Sports Lab. Jacoby, I'm going to start with you. And just walk us through that play to Nate.
Like Coach said, went to the sideline. I felt good about what I seen the previous play. Just wanted to hold the safety so I can bang it to Nate. And he just made a play. Like I say, my job easy. All I got to do is put it around my guys, and I have full faith that they're going to come down with it.
Coach, when you have a game like this, in terms of a championship caliber game, what does it do for the team in terms of going forward the rest of the season?
Shoot, it lets us know we're ready for December. You know, it lets us know in those big moments our team is going to respond. You know, the thing that was shocking also, you know, I've been on them about finding ways to overcome penalties, and we've been getting away with it. But that was a good football team. We had some key penalties in this game as well, but we overcame those plays. But, you know, again, I told them just now you guys are ready to finish the season because you're battle-tested. You know, you're a battle-tested bunch, and, you know, shoot, if you finish this game against an Alabama State team, you know, if you finish this game against the Alabama State team, I told them you're going to be sore on Sunday morning. It's always a physical football game when we play them.
Coach, when Jamil Gardner commits that fumble, what's your initial thought in that moment?
Pick him up, you know, keep him going, because I know the football game wasn't over. It was still time on the clock. And the thing about it, Jamil has been playing great football. He made a heck of a play in the first half, and, you know, and he's been playing great football. But hats off to them. They found a way to create a turnover. But I just had to pick him up and let him know you're going to have to keep going. You know, this game not over.
How you doing, Coach?
Hi, how you doing?
Great win. Just that 1 second that came down to the game. You know, they put that 1 second back on the clock. You talk about your defense. The team is led by the defense.
Yeah.
Were you confident in the defense that they were going to finish this game out?
I was just chasing the refs. I was just trying to figure out how in the world did he have 6 seconds to hold it, throw it, travel through the air, catch it, and that. But then, like I said, by the time I settle down and come back over there, you know, I'm looking where the spot of the ball at, and I looked at a couple guys. They say, "Coach, we got this." You know, and that's when I just got quiet and walked to the other end and let them do what they do. You know, and let's play football.
Coach, did the refs give you any sort of explanation on what happened?
I don't know. No comment.
Quincy, 2-part question. When you came up with the interception, I mean, you had to be thrilled about that. Like, what was going to be your mind?
To keep my feet under me. We played a a little sim blitz. So I was trying to bait the quarterback, and he obviously threw it to the boundary, and I just made a play.
And then on that last play, like you and Ashton almost had to be in the right place at the right time to make sure that Andrew doesn't, the running back doesn't get into the end zone. Like, what was your thought process in that moment?
We were on the sideline when they put 1 second on the clock. We knew the ball was going to be in body hands.
Yeah.
So once he made the play, we just had to full out execute.
Jacobian, you played on this team last year who won the championship. Hearing your coach talk about this is championship caliber type of play, how do you compare this type of moment to some of the moments you guys went through last year in your quest for a championship?
It don't compare. This feeling you can never get old to. Last year had that same type of game where it's come down to the wire, and you know every time you face Alabama State, it's gonna be a battle. So just going out there getting the job done, that was just what had to happen. Just had to go out there.
I see you repping your rings there.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Winning this game right here kind of give you the green light that you could add another one to your hand?
I mean, we still got games ahead of us, but we for sure ring chasing.
Coach, you coined a phrase last season, we fence. And when you take a look at today, offense did what they need to do, defense. But talk about the fan base in terms of what they provided.
Oh, wow.
Last drive.
Yeah, I mean, what y'all say, they turned up? They turned up. I mean, it's homecoming, you know what I'm saying, Chucky? And shoot, a packed house out there. And, you know, they want to go to Atlanta too. You know, they're trying to be in Atlanta too. But, you know, we fed off that energy. You know, when Jacobian threw the touchdown, I mean, I couldn't hear myself talking there. You know, and then, like I said, when the defense got on the field and you looked around, you know, the energy was up, the band was into it, everybody was into it. Just an entire championship type atmosphere today in that fourth quarter, throughout the whole game, though.
Coach, this was obviously a very emotional game for you. You kind of had some emotional moments right after. Like, I mean, other than winning the championship, winning the SWAC championship, where would you rank this one in terms of like the feeling you felt after knowing like 0-0 was on the clock?
Man, I just want to go home and rest. You know, I'm glad to have a bye. But no, I told the guys last night at dinner, I talked about in 2001, my homecoming in my last year here playing against Alabama State, and they beat us 61-58. You know, and we had the opportunity to win that game at the end. You know, it was a drop pass on our end with no time on the clock. I think Robert Kent threw for 600 yards. I had over 200 yards receiving, you know, 14 catches. And tonight, I think this topped it. You know, and I remember the feeling that night, you know, but tonight, like, this is one of the biggest wins in my career as a head coach. And just playing the game, you know, just to see the look on, like you said, Chuck, these fans' face and being a JSU Tiger, it's nothing like that. You know, and my players, the coaches, just the excitement. You know, we here. You know, the road to the SWAC championship is going to run through Jackson, Mississippi.
Jacobian, you talked about the brotherhood that this team was building. How did that come out, and the trust that you all had in the defense when they had to go back out there a second time?
Defense wins championship, so
no doubt.
You automatically knowing when it's the defense on the last play of the game, we feeling good, like Coach say. That defense is who we lean on. And I got full faith in my guys. If it was on the 1, 2, 3 inches away, that they're gonna get the job done.
Let Kenny get her turn first.
Can you just talk about the resilience overall of your team? They just never quit. They kept up that momentum throughout it, even when they were down. Just touch on that.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that we seen back in training camp. When the defense going against the offense, you know, the battles we have out there be just as good as some of these games. You know, and I'm serious to say that. Serious. I mean, Ken, you've seen it. Chuck, you've seen it as well at our practices. And that's why we're so ready for these type moments. You know, we create those situations in these type games. But, you know, again, like I said, this is a resilient bunch. The thing that I like about it, every week is somebody new stepping up. You know, the injuries hadn't really bothered us. It's just like the next man up type mentality. So, and that's what you want in a championship type team. You know, when you got the next man up, that guy that's on the second, third guy on the depth chart. You know, Donovan went out there and did some field goal kicking for us tonight. You know, he's come out of nowhere. And G-Baby, you know, Baszler is an all-conference guy. You know, anytime you could just have players to continue to step up and continue to make plays. You know, this year alone, Quincy Ivory, nobody heard about him last year. Now he's, you know, an All-American type performer right now as a defensive player. So, you know, it's just the resiliency of this team, this coaching staff, and everybody that's around this program right now.
Quincy, with this being your first year here, what's kind of your reaction to hearing the coach talk about this is championship caliber play, these are championship type moments?
I've been hearing this since I was in January. I mean, I just had to buy into the culture, and I see now it's very, very much real.
Last question for me. This team has had success against everybody prior to this game. I wanted to ask, just looking at his maturation at this point in his his career going against
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I've seen him, this was the third time? I think this is the third time we played against him, and you steady see him stacking days and getting better. He does a great job of carrying that football team over there. You know, as he go, they go. And, you know, I saw him when he was younger, and, you know, he had the injury last year, and for him to come back and respond and playing the way that he plays, that kid is a warrior. You know, and I told him that, you know, I think a lot of him, he took some big hits tonight and was getting up off the ground. He did everything in his power to win that football game tonight. So hats off to him.
Jacobian, I know you're not necessarily worried about the stats as much as the win, but 5 touchdowns, I mean, it's homecoming. How do you take in that performance? I mean, I know the ring's kind of involved, but I mean, how do you take in that performance?
Thank God. That's it. Thank God.
We good? All right. Appreciate everybody.